and thank y'all so much for joining us this evening. I tell you what, I'm so happy to be doing this. I just can't stand every time I get off work and go home, turn on the evening news, and it's a bunch of this, a bunch of that. Just wears me out, and I know it's got to wear all of you out too. So what I want to do is, when you come home in the evening, have a nice evening. Something nice to look at, nice people to talk to, and just make you feel at home and say, well, we're going to get through this together. So thank you much for joining us here on Evening Folks, and we're hoping you have a good evening. So let's get right to it. Yeah.
You think you could have said evening a few more times?
Fine.
Folks, people, we got a lot of news to get through. We got to...
Well, now, before we start doing the news, let me do what we're going to do. This is a good show for a community. Everybody is going to do. We're going to do school lunches first. Now, let me do school lunches, all right? So here we go. School lunches. School lunches. All right, at Middletown Center Elementary, this is what they had today for school lunch. Today they had chicken tacos, sweet corn, black beans, fresh fruit, and assorted milk. That sounds pretty good to me.
Wait a minute, though.
Huh?
Don't you need to, if you're doing the lunches...
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing school lunches. At Nelson Match Handle Elementary, here's what they had today at lunchtime over at that school there. They had beef sausage on a bun, apple greens, great giggles, I don't know what it sounds delicious, so, and chocolate fat-free milk.
That's weird, though. I think that if you're doing the lunches, though...
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the school lunches. You want me to do it? Let me do my thing, and let me get through it here. Mrs. Hassey Pill Middle School, today, it sounds good. This is what they had. I know a lot of children enjoyed this afternoon, earlier today. Extra cheesy pizza, a garden salad, a breadstick, and assorted milk. That all sounds delicious.
Why are you telling people what they had for lunch today? You're supposed to be telling them what they have tomorrow so that mothers and daddies can pack lunches and get the kids ready for school.
No, I ain't.
Tell them what's happening the next day.
I'm not a waiter or a menu. I'm wanting to know, and people want to know from what the kids have to eat today. I think that's a public service, because some kids go home and the parents say, how would you have for lunch or whatever, and then you know how they all straight up in the bedroom and playing video games or whatever, don't want to talk to anybody. So I'm trying to do a service, let everybody know what the kids had to eat. Some of it sounds delicious. Plus, I like to talk about food every now and then. I've had perfect reason to do so. So there we go.
Right. You did the school lunches, so now it's time. We got plenty of news. Republican National Convention was happening always.
Yeah, right there. Listen.
What is that?
Yeah, that too.
What is that?
All right, is that a horse?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, it's time to do Pet of the Day. Are you ready to do Pet of the Day? I'm excited about this. You all know there's so many animals that needs homes, and our friends at Cuddle Buddies here in Murfreesboro, they do so much good trying to find homes for these poor pets that lost their owners or kicked. You know how some people are, just kick a dog right out of the house, or take a cat, just throw it right out of the house. I'm tired of this. Don't take it to the pound nothing. And those animals out there, they need homes. And bless their hearts, that's what we're going to try to do. Happy to be working with Cuddle Buddies. They do a great job and good service. Most of them volunteer, so they deserve a round of applause. So here we go. His Pet of the Day. All right. This here is a corn snake. Yep, corn snake. And his name is Acacia or Acacia. I don't know. I can't pronounce snake name. Acacia, that's a name. It's a corn snake, but the name is Acacia. It's 4 foot long. It's got you need a 20-gallon aquarium to hold this snake here, and its diet is of appropriately sized rodents. So yeah, corn snake, Acacia, something like that. I don't know.
That's weird. Snake.
I thought it'd be a dog. I wouldn't have a snake myself. It's not my kind of.
That's weird.
My pet. Well,
your first pet of the day is a snake.
Well, I went down there and talked to Julie, and she said, "Yeah, well, they just said we appreciate you doing that. Any way we can find these homes." And she gave me gave me a list and the name, so I'm just doing what it is. I thought it'd be cat or a dog, something like that. I don't. Anyway, Acacia needs a home. Snake needs a home like everybody else. I guess. Of course, I think snake probably be happy out in the woods.
Turn it loose.
Yeah, just slithering around. That's what a snake likes to do. You put it in the thing. It's almost. It's
not a good message. Independent.
No, I didn't mean it that way. That's just I want if Acacia needs a home. I hope I find one. I hope I helped out there. So if you're looking for a snake, for whatever reasons, for a pet, I guess Acacia or Cassia, good buddies at Cuddle Buddies. Yeah, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Rescue Road 4600. I think 4600 Rescue. It'll say on there. Yeah.
Folks, now it's time for the news.
All right,
Do I get a song or anything?
No.
Folks, the Republican National Convention happened all week long, and you may have noticed that you are scared shitless. That's because the Republican National Convention, they were doing everything they could. This was a dark convention, Jackie.
Well,
I've never heard. So usually there's a few notes of optimism. There's a shining city on a hill. This was like shining shitty on a hill.
All right, watch your language. We're not going to do
I
that.
should have my own column next to Cal Thomas.
If Donald Trump is what it's all building up to, of course it's dark. What's he going to do? I don't like. I'm not a fan. Some of y'all may not know this if you're watching Evenin Folks for the first time. Not a fan of Donald Trump. I think he's a loudmouth, a liberal Yankee. To me personally, that's what I think he is. So him up there running his mouth, I don't see any good of it at all.
His kids actually, they were kind of optimistic.
Right.
Like Ivanka gave a pretty good speech. It's easier to be optimistic when you're 7 foot tall, blonde, and in line to get a share of billions of dollars when your daddy dies, and your daddy is basically walking angry cholesterol.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was everything is bad. I didn't hear a lot of solutions from Donald Trump or anybody else who spoke, but I did hear a lot of what was wrong. This is bad. This is bad. I'm the guy that they should put in there. I'm the guy that it's just armchair quarterbacking of a game.
Well, that's what
that
they said.
Is our lives.
When he went to go talk to Kasich, that come out in the news. They said, his boy does all his meeting for him, I guess. Trump can't be bothered to go meet people. So he went in there and said, look, if you be...
That's kind of weird, too. Like, what are you going to... Hey, I have a very important meeting to do with you, John Kasich. Oh, I can't wait to see you, Donald Trump. No, I'm going to send my son.
Yeah, he sent his boy over there, and he says to him, he said, look, you're going to be most powerful vice president ever was if you, go along with this. And
with the trendiest haircut.
Well, haircut. And then he said, what you'll do, it'll be all your policies. Basically, you'll do all the work. And, of course, Casey said, what's Donald Trump going to do? And the boy said, well, he's going to make America great again.
And John Kasich basically did that thing where he's like, walked back into the governor's mansion. Does the governor still have a mansion in Ohio? Or I imagine that the governor lives in like a rusted-out factory.
Kasich, it doesn't look like he'd be comfortable in I don't see him in a governor's mansion or something. It don't seem right. He probably...
Like a Rust Belt governor's mansion seems like where a supervillain would hide out. There's like a garage door and henchmen in the shadows and lots of chains hanging.
What are you talking about?
Like this place used to make tuna fish cans. Folks, we also got to hear the name Lucifer invoked at the actual Republican National Convention and not in the private, personal ceremonies performed in the hotel rooms later. It was pretty good, Dr. Ben Carson, Jackie's favorite.
He seemed like a nice man, smart man, so yeah, I like old Dr. Ben Carson. I do.
He stood up there and he said basically that Hillary Clinton worships the devil. Or a communist, or both. I guess it's the same thing.
Same thing, as far as I'm concerned. Devil always been a communist. That's what he likes, yeah.
Now, here at Red State Evenin Folks, Jackie Broles...
It ain't no Red State, it's just Evenin Folks.
Is it just Evenin Folks?
Non-partisan, just Evenin Folks. That's it. No more Red State. I've had enough
No more Red State up there. Yep. Everything is Red State, or Twitter...
Whatever Facebook, that is, this is Evenin Folks. You could say that on YouTube, the rest of it. This is what I want to do. I want to do Evenin Folks. It's Evenin Folks. That's what this is. Whatever else is fine, but this is the one thing. Yeah.
Here at Evening Folks,
Hey.
by Red State Update,
I
we
don't-
hate Lucifer. Jackie Brawls has gone on record. I don't know how many times you said,
I don't
walk
care.
around, I hate Lucifer.
No, sure, can't stand him. No, he up to no good all the time.
All the
don't
time.
like Lucifer, never have.
It's one of the main points of his personality. He's up to no good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lucifer. And I'm not crazy about him. I mean, I like... Sometimes I say I like Lucifer just to be cool when I'm trying to pick up like a goth chick.
Why?
Like my Tinder profile says, "Hey, if you're goth and loose, I like Lucifer."
What?
I said you can't spell Lucifer without loose.
What?
Also, sometimes I say, like when I'm in the park late at night and them scary metalheads come up to me, I'm always like, "I like Lucifer, guys. Hey, I like Lucifer." You know, when I'm in the park trying to score weed or looking for the prostitute's ghost.
Good Lord, here's you saying you like Lucifer just as much as Lucifer does, so you need to watch it. I don't care what reason. There ain't no reason to
You
say
think
you like
God's
Lucifer.
jealous?
Yes, he's jealous. Devil was jealous. That's why he threw Devil down. Devil was jealous first, but God hears you. Oh, you like Lucifer so much, you go down there and see him here for too long, and then you'll see how much you like him. Yeah, won't like him one bit.
Speaking of jealousy and hell, Ted Cruz made an appearance at the Republican National Convention. He stood up there. He would not endorse Donald Trump. He stood up there. Everybody booed. He said, he's got to the point where he would endorse Donald Trump. And everybody's like, oh, shit, he's going to endorse. And then he just stood there, his jowls trembling in the face of all this hatred. He stood up there. He took all them boos and all that hatred and all that anger, and he ingested it, and I swear to God, I watched him becoming stronger and more powerful. It was just like the slime in goddamn Ghostbusters 2.
Hey, watch
and
your
I'm
mouth.
going to say, this is not the first slime that Ted Cruz has been compared to. I would say, of all actual living humans, he's probably been compared to the most different types of slime. What do you think he did that for, Jackie? You think he's going to run in 2020? You think he's getting ready?
He ain't going to run for nothing. No, nobody like him. I ain't going to vote for him. Whether, I guess it's good after somebody says your dad killed Kennedy and your wife is ugly and what else? Just you're a liar, you having an affair, all this stuff. I wouldn't endorse him either. But that don't make me like Ted Cruz. It makes me like him right then. But you heard them boos. He ain't ever going to be nothing. No, it's over with.
Ted Cruz benefits from being a less bad choice.
Well, he likes it when people...
Maybe.
He likes it when people get mad at him and boo him. That's the reason he ain't had Boehner around for a while. Nobody is mad at him as he used to. So he got a year's worth just that one night at the convention. Got it all out of his system, let's hope. But he'll still be out there making people mad, no matter what he's doing. He'll be making somebody mad, I guarantee you.
I also don't understand exactly what Donald Trump said, because he said a lot of stuff. He said the stuff about hating everything. He talked about fear. He talked about how awful everything is.
Yeah.
He talked about crime, which to a crowd of mostly white people means black people are a problem. But then he talked about black people, and then he picks the Indiana governor who tried to make it illegal for gay people to eat pizza, and then he says Q in LGBTQ. He doesn't make any sense. He's all over the place. I can't figure out exactly what he's trying to say, and that's because he's a crazy person.
Well, and none of it makes any sense. He said he wanted to keep LGBTQ people from getting blown up by ISIS. He don't want anybody blown up by ISIS.
And then he thanked the Republicans for applauding that.
for not wanting
Thank you.
gay people to get blown up by ISIS. Yeah.
So when
It's a start. It is
a
It's
start.
just beginning. That's a step forward. However you want to look at it, whichever side you're on, whatever. Like, that's what do you call it? Olive branch or whatnot. Well, at least we don't want you shot up by terrorists. That's the least we can do for you. Yeah.
it's not exactly a pride parade float.
No, but it's something. Yeah.
And that's the news.
That's the news. Now, what I'm going to do is sponsor now. We got a good sponsor. What would you think, and me back there in the kitchen, I cook every day before I live, run a barbecue stand. What do you think is the most used utensil I got back there in the room?
Is a roach trap a utensil?
No, for cooking. Not the traps or bugs. We ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the utensil.
You got a bunch of them back there.
No, I do not. What do I use mostly when I'm cooking and getting prepared and getting the food
Sweat
ready?
rag.
No, I don't use a sweat rag back there. I did use my sleeve if it gets hot. It gets hot back there for sure. You over ovens or whatnot, but I don't like no sweat rag. I'm talking about for.
What's that sharp stick you use to poke the rats under the stove?
No, I don't poke it no rats under the stove. I'm trying to do my sponsor. What's the most used utensil in the kitchen? What would you say is? And answer right.
Fork.
All right. Now, I use forks, yes, I do.
Ladle.
Ladle, I use to dish out beans on the plate, yes.
Spoon.
Yeah, well, spoon, more. I use
Plate.
ladle, they all right enough.
Beans.
I need a good, sharp knife. Is
Knife.
what I need.
That's my next one.
Chop up stuff, put it in the beans, chop it up and get it ready. You know, that's what you need is a good knife. And if a knife ain't sharp, there ain't no point of having it. It ain't nothing. That's just for show. You know, people have swords and stuff put up on the wall. That ain't even cut no. That's just for
Throwing
show.
stars.
Throwing stars? No, I'm talking
Like
about
you put them on the wall.
Yeah, all right. What I'm trying to say is everybody needs a good knife, needs a good sharp knife. And if you need a good sharp knife, I'm going to tell you where to go. It's Sharp AF. Sharp AF knives. I'm telling you what they'll... And a lot of people I know, you do your own knives. You go back there, sharpen it yourself or whatnot. But you know how it is. If you're busy using a knife all the time, you ain't got time to sharpen it yourself. So you want to go to Sharp AF, and they're going to sharpen that knife so damn sharp.
What's their name again?
Sharp AF is his initials or something. It's Sharp AF knives. And take all your knives down there. It's been a while. You know what it has been. It's still cutting, but it don't cut as good as it used to when you got it. You need that thing sharpened. Take it down to Sharp AF knives. Get it sharpened up. And I tell you what, you're going to appreciate it. You'll be going back there. They're going to do a better job than you could have done on your own. So Sharp AF knives. That's the sponsor today.
What do you think that stands for?
What it stands for?
Sharp AF.
AF? I don't... Sharp is a whole word. It is AF. Initials or somebody. I don't... Yeah, something.
It's probably just initials.
Yeah. Sharp AF knives.
I got a sponsor for today's Evening Folks, Jackie, that I think you're really going to like.
Yeah.
It's my sponsor tonight. It's the prostitute's ghost.
What?
Look for her stalking the
No.
park, screaming, wailing.
No, we're not doing that on
Disappearing
Evening Folks.
behind bushes.
You can do your filth everywhere else. You going to do it anyway.
This
Evening
is
Folks,
different. This is scary filth.
I don't care about scary filth. You're not going to talk about prostitutes on Evening Folks. That's not
Even
what
prostitute ghosts.
people want to get pet of the day, hear the news, and then they want to know what their
Nobody
children had for
watches
lunch.
the news at night unless they're 100 years old.
Oh, it's still people watch the news sometimes. They prefer to watch Evening Folks before they watch news. They want to get a little good news, try to do a little good for a community, find out what the child ate that day, and you know, get a pet if you're looking for a pet. Speaking of which, oh, there it is again. There's different animals. I don't know, but it's pet of the day too. I tell you what, these pets needs homes.
Why do you need two?
Because there's plenty of pets. If I had time, I'd sit here all day and read names of pets and hope somebody adopt them. I don't want these animals to be euthanized, anything like that.
You're absolutely right.
So we got pet of the day too, and this is from my good friends, Cuddle Buddies. They do a good job. They volunteer, help these animals out. Bless their hearts. Thank God we got them helping all these animals, because Lord knows these animals need it. So here's pet number 2 of the day. Oh, gopher snake. Oh, okay, yeah. It's a gopher snake. All right, gopher snake. Name is Tad. He's about 1 foot long, it says here. You also need at least 20-gallon long aquarium for a home. He needs that much room, I guess. I guess all snakes need that. The other one did. I don't know. The other one. Either way, his diet is, it says here, appropriately sized rodents. So, yeah.
Another snake.
Well, Tad, yeah.
Who'd you
it's
talk
a different.
to down there?
Julie, I went down there and talked to Julie.
Did you tell her you only wanted snakes?
No, I didn't tell her. I said I won't give animals how many animals that need homes. So we got a bunch right now. Let me give you a list, I guess.
Huh.
Yeah. Tad.
You know she's getting a divorce.
Why?
Julie is.
What's that got to do with snakes?
I'm just trying to come up with an explanation. I don't.
Why is that an explanation? I get the divorce, so I want a bunch of snakes to get a home.
Maybe she's not thinking straight.
if they got a snake down there and the snake needs a home, maybe these two snakes have been down there longer than the dogs and the
Because
cats.
you think it would be a dog or a cat.
Well, yeah, but you know which animals need a home the most is the one closest they're going to be about to put down, right? Yeah. So it makes sense. I guess the snakes are on top of the list because I guess most people would go in there and get a dog or cat, but I guess they got to go for snake. Named Tad and pet of the day, number one. Don't forget this cord snake. He's a little bigger than that one. His name's Acacia or Acacia. One of those two. Yep.
Do you have anything else you want to bore people with?
What do you mean bore people with? This
Folks,
is Evening Folks.
Thanks for joining us here on Evening Folks.
We hope we made your evening just a little bit better. And we hope you come back and join us just instead of you just want to wind down and not hear people screaming about this and screaming about that and just want to, you know, little just for your local community what we can do to help. And that's what we're here for, Evening Folks. Thank you kindly.
AF means as fuck.
What?
Sharp as fuck.
What?